What is going on, guys? My name is Ty, and I have Kyle here with me, and we are the Weekends Warrior Disc Golf Podcast. Once again, hello, and we are still in the off season because it's only been about 2 weeks in. So, about to get to the holidays, so definitely get those Christmas lists ready and your
Mhm.
wish list ready for some amazing things. Obviously, Kyle and I, and hopefully Ronnie, if she's not, or hopefully she starts feeling better. Right now, she's currently
Mhm.
not feeling good. But we will be doing a cool, funsy holiday special, hopefully in the next couple pods about Christmas, just ideas for your disc golf peeps. So definitely look out for that later in the future. But as of right now, though, Kyle and I are just kind of chilling in the off season. We're getting stuff going. We're getting as much major tournaments available. I mean, it is off season, but there are still some tournaments happening up until December. Down here, I think it kind of slowed down. I think they're all like funsy ones. I don't think there's any more tournament based. But Kyle did get to do a tournament this last weekend. But before we get into anything else, we will read our sponsor read, obviously, and we'll continue on. Gravity Disc Golf to exist to exceed your out of this world expectation with unparalleled custom designs, disc, and apparel. Gravity is creating an atmosphere where disc golfers can enjoy every aspect of disc golf while blasting off with space themed designs. No matter what you throw, Gravity has designs on almost every manufacturer and can make your game look great. They offer free shipping over $75. And John includes a nice note to each customer. Make sure you check them out at GravityDiscGolf.com to compete your black. And let me tell you, they are out of this world. Definitely use code TIE TG10 and gosh dang. I am like
KG10.
make sure you use KG10 and Thai DG10 to get percent off your next order. And definitely go check some beautiful things out up there because it's Gravity Disc Golf. Can't miss out on space themed stuff. But before I get into anything else, and hopefully I could get all of this peanut butter in my mouth apparently, because I cannot talk today. Kyle, how are you doing today?
I'm good. I'm good. It's another day of work. We're getting closer and closer to busy season. It's already kind of that way. Today I had to deliver like 8, 10 packages to one house today and like five to their neighbors. So it's coming. It's coming. People are early shopping though, so maybe we possibly, those early shoppers won't have as much later. So I'll have a easy, smooth transition towards Christmas. But
Yeah, definitely. I've been seeing that more where a lot of Black Friday shopping just for any stores have been spreading out a little bit more. Definitely like Walmart.
mhm.
They're already currently having their Black Friday deals now. Not like the big ones, but definitely they have started at least. And then a couple other places too already have started their deals. So I think they're trying to spread them out as much as possible for not cramming you guys with craziness. But
Hmm.
still, only problem is now everything is online. So now it just makes your season longer instead of
A
just
little
like
bit.
a couple weeks. Is now like you guys are starting in like October.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. But someone's got to do it.
Definitely, definitely. So real fast. So Kyle, you had a tournament. Definitely give us kind of the rundown on just the what it was named, what are the locations, was it one or two courses, and anything else before we kind of dive into it.
Yeah, so I played over the weekend the 2024 Clippers Shootout. It was 2 rounds at two different courses. So basically, we had the first round was in LaSalle, Illinois, here at Lions Pride course, and then the other was in Ambo, Illinois, at their park, that new course that just put up. Getting more people into the courses just to kind of see how they are. Elliot, my the TD that I helped out, he designed the Lamoille course, and then Amboy was Rock River that designed that one. But they're only 9 holes, so we had two shots at each hole. Of course, two, you went around twice. So you played each hole at least two times, which kind of can mess with you at the same time. But at the same time, when you go into these courses like I do blind, because that's what I do, I play everything blind, it gives you a second shot to be like, oh, okay, maybe I'll do it this way. But no, we got some cool so he is part of Lone Star. So we got for the player packs, we did the Texas Rangers and the Frail, which is a 7-5 -1 1, I think it is. And here is the design.
Well, that's so cool.
Yep. Super sick design, super cool stamp. This is the type of stuff that I love in tournaments. So
Oh yeah.
these are really I love blues and pinks. So he put these two to the side for me, thinking I might hang these up
Oh yeah.
just to have the stamp.
Obviously, I see
Probably
you
won't
got
throw
the
them.
Ranger.
Yeah, so it's the Frio and the Ranger. I got one of each.
No, the one that you're lifting up was the Ranger, the pink rim.
This, yep, yep.
Yep, I could tell by the rim.
Oh yeah. Lone Star does that. Their rims are a little different because even though it's the Frio, like it's not, they have a little, I don't know. They've always had that. They're not bad disc though. Um, like I said, I wanted these specifically as little hanger,
Yeah,
just display, especially with the stamp and stuff. Another event that I ran, so it's cool to have something that be a part of it with the date and custom stamp for it. But overall, though, tournament was good and a lot of fun. And I did vlog it, which I'm currently need to edit it. It's on my computer now. I just haven't gotten around to actually doing it.
feel that.
That be on the lookout for that. I
Nice.
will be
Excited to see
releasing
that.
that. Just a quick thing though, I am not in any of it other than me talking in before, in between, and after because I wasn't gonna ask other people to be like, "Oh, hey, you want to record me shooting?" That's just not how I do it.
No, I get
If I
it.
had a caddy with me, yeah, I would have them do it for me.
Yeah.
Or if I was playing with somebody like Josh or anybody that I knew, I would have him record it here and there. You know what I mean? But since that wasn't the case, I did know the when my putter got stuck on like the side of uh the cage, so the basket, like the actual rim part, I had a putter in last year's end of league, just stick. I just threw it. No, then it bounced anything, just went boop and stuck, which was hilarious. The guy that I play with there, Andrew, he's a cool dude too. I actually play with him here, and he still had the picture in his phone. He's like, "Oh, dude, I still had the picture of your putt last year." I'm like, oh, that's awesome. So, yeah, overall though, good, fun round. We cut down the signups to just the 42 or whatever it is. We played two temp poles we put on there too
Nice.
to make it 10 holes. So instead of nine, it was 10. So it was 20 holes each round. Um, yeah, overall, good. First round, I started on hole um 6.
Okay.
So when you,
Sweet.
you know,
Which is a good transition because I was going right
mm,
into that. So yeah, so we'll start it. So round one, hole six. I mean, first you ended with a +2, which gave you an 867 rating, which is that's insanely good for
cold. I will say this too. It was cold. The ground was all wet. We're talking November
really
in Illinois.
dang.
So my arm's super stiff. I was missing briefly before we start. I was missing like 10 footers and everything, like just because I was short arming
Yeah.
everything. My arm didn't want to do what it wants to do. My drives, like, so hole 6, where I started, as you said, as you transitioning, it's 263. I should be able to get it there. I was landing like, I landed like a good 40, 50 feet short
Yeah.
just because my body's stiff.
Oh yeah, I get it. I believe it. And yeah, well, let's get into it. So then I'm assuming a lot of these pars are definitely like 10, 15 footers and you just
Uh-huh.
bounce on the basket or shanked
Mm-hmm.
and it just
Mm-hmm.
par. I'm assuming because I'm seeing like hole 8. It's It's saying 123.
So it
So
is, but when you see it, so there's a lot of to make this course harder and more challenging. He has a lot of mandos that he naturally put up.
got it. Okay.
So
So it's very
this, so
technical.
whole
It's a technical 123.
yes, yes. So hole six where we started is just kind of in the open, just in the open. That's all it is. First throw, couldn't get it there just because I'm cold. Putted it up to get close, got the par. Hole two, I actually made a super sweet putt, so I thought it was going to be a good day. Or not hole two, but hole seven. So you in the open and you put into like these like bushes and tree type bushes.
Yeah.
I landed behind I was probably a good like 30 feet out and
Mhm.
behind like a tree, but further back, so I had to putt around the tree. Just perfect little hyzer putt. So smooth right into the basket. I'm like, sweet, I'm on it
Mhm.
today. Let's go. Hole three, this is where, or hole eight, this is where we're talking about. So hole eight, you'll see in the video, it is actually a tunnel shot. Um, Super thin line. Um, let's see. I doubt you're gonna be able to see this on here. There's little T's, but on the right side there's a mando tree, but there the basket's right there.
Okay. So you have to
So
go
it's just
around those trees on the left.
there's trees on the left and trees on the right. It's just a straight tunnel like this,
Oh, okay, gotcha.
very skinny.
Yeah,
And you can't go to the right, and there's trees to the left that's outside of that row of trees that are
got
like guardian. So the only path is up this middle, basically.
it. Okay.
So that's what it is. And I kind of shanked it a little bit and hit like the not the mango tree, but the next tree. So I just kind of one of those like you step up and hopefully you make it. If not, you kind of land it close for the par.
That's awesome. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. No, that makes sense. Okay. So, yeah, no. So simple as that. That was hole seven. You talked about that hole eight. And then hole nine, you was a par three, 181. You got a four. I'm assuming that was a typical, like your third shot
So
was a 10 footer.
OB.
Oh, OB. Okay.
Yep. So because this is at a school, it's at the high school.
Okay.
The course is at a high school. You play around a track,
Got it.
like the school track, where the track and football field, like the field in the middle of it, is all considered OB. This track wraps around. You put you drive on the other side of the track, and then you drive up to a tree that's guarding it, and then the basket's right behind the tree, with the sidewalk and parking lot right on the other side,
Got it.
like 10 feet away. So it's kind of like an island almost. And then you got a giant scoreboard on your right that's guarding it, that hides the route. But there's a bunch of people that ended up hitting it and it bouncing off and parking it. So that was probably the play. But being cold, I threw it right into the ground, right into the track.
Got it.
I just threw it low. You know those shots you go like, all right, here we go, and you just throw it straight dead
Oh,
into
I
the ground,
know.
basically. That's what happened. So I drew it straight OB, went to the drop zone. Just beautiful little upshot right into the basket and just flopped it in. That was that. So that's how I got that bogey.
That makes sense. Okay. So then we went to
Oh, one.
hole one.
That's a super dog leg right behind. So there's a mando tree, and it just dog legs right.
So okay, so
Yeah, it's just a huge either forehand
yeah, I was
hyzer.
gonna say like you need a forehand for
Yeah,
that shot. It seems
yep,
like
yep.
I would
Hmm.
probably be with you with the number four as well because my forehand is not the best. So I would, I mean, I'm working on an
Oh,
Anheuser shot, but
apologies. Yep, yep. So that's what it was for that. It was that for the one before that is a temple. I forgot about the temple. The
oh, I thought that
T1.
just went total for some reason. I don't know
Yeah,
why.
no, T1 is a temple. Basically,
Got it.
we threw from out of bounds inside the track field area onto the hillside with the road path
Mhm.
10 feet behind it and basically a giant steep hill like this. And the basket sat on top of the hill.
Oh, fun.
So it's only 170 feet, but it's just a pitch, standstill pitch up to it. But you have a chance of rolling on that hill to
Yeah,
the track to OB or going long OB or left OB or right OB. So it's like an island. That's a fun. But then it goes into that Mando hole and hole one. Sorry.
got it. Okay, so yeah, I would have been with you with that. A hole two looks like it's standard. You got a birdie for one and then a par for another. I'm just gonna do them both at the same time because it's
Oh
pretty
yeah, yep, yep,
simple.
nope, that's fine.
Hole
Yep.
three, which plays as a par four. You got
Yes.
a four for the first or four for one, and then you got a six for the other one.
So the six was the first one going through, the first time going through. So the double bogey, you have a so the tee off, and then you have a mando tree right a little in front of you that you have to go left of. And then a little bit further up from that one, you have a mando tree you got to go right of. So you got to throw a dead straight shot. And down this hill, the track actually comes around. So there's also, and then there's a person's yard that goes along. So it's a mando shot like this, really thin, and then the fairway thins out even more. So you really need to like hit that perfect shot. So the first one, like I said, I missed the mando, and then it was basically trying getting up to it. I cold, so I short putted it, hit the six. The second time going through, I actually almost had the birdie. So I decided to throw. I tried to do a forehand. The first one kind of like a pitch up and then go because that's kind of the play. But this time I dished up and threw my buzz and let it turn, and I landed in that perfect spot. Then I threw my grace the rest of the way downhill. Pretty much parked it almost, just a short arm it because I was cold.
Yeah,
And off the side of the basket, which is another birdie I should have gotten, would have been perfect.
well, that makes sense. Okay, and then hold on, let me get back to this. Um, well, four you bogeyed, but then you parred, which is good.
Mm-hmm.
Um, any like weird mandos or any like out of bounds like that too?
Um, no, basically you have trees in your way, and then you have old posts that stick straight up. So it's one of those things like I hit that first tree and I landed short, threw my pitch up, felt good, and then yet again, short armed my putt. Then it like followed through, just kind of like, and it hit off the side of the cage.
Mm, yeah, and then the next one, which is great, is you part it once and you birdied it once, which is
Yeah.
always good for that. And then of course par, birdie par. Yeah, no, that's great. So plus two, super awesome. Which also looks like this is definitely a MA3 group because the
Hmm.
first place because you're sitting at a plus two, which you're actually in fourth. Then it goes even, and then minus one for the first place, which is really nice. Let's go to round two. So round two, man, that one guy just popped off.
He did. So Andrew Rex is the guy I played with in the first round. I played with, and then he actually was behind me, and he popped off and finished second, and he was fighting for first for a little bit, and then
Was this
once
course like easier or like why was there so much
I
difference? Even like
think
Christopher was not
so,
even.
yeah,
I mean, well, Christopher
I
wasn't
think it's
second.
also I think also kind of warming up,
Oh, okay.
like you kind of warm up, and then the day kind of warmed up, and yeah, I this course isn't too difficult either. Definitely a lot of birdies to get on it.
Okay.
I finished minus one and I missed out on a lot of birdies I should have got.
Got it.
A
No,
lot of these pars were birdie opportunities for me that I screwed my
all right.
putting up so hard.
That's where I know his name. Christopher Knotts.
Yeah,
Knott.
he's part of gravity.
He's another gravity person. I've seen
Yep,
his name
yep, yep.
before. I didn't know he was I thought he was closer to actual
Oh, okay.
um like Georgia. I didn't know he actually was in Illinois. I know that.
Hmm.
Okay, cool. So other than that, like before we get into your second round, which was you got a +1 and it's 854. Oh, I'm sorry, 840 for this round, but you got 854 for the event. What was kind of some difference in this course matter? Was there more like OBs? Was it more woods? Is it more open? Like,
No, a
what's the
little bit
difference
more
with this one?
trees, a little bit more trees, but overall it just kind of more walnut-ish, I would say.
Okay.
But it's only 9 holes. It's
Okay.
basically like walnut-ish.
Got
It's
it.
just very straightforward.
Yeah, a lot of
Just hit
versatile
your
on it.
shot. Yeah, just hit your shots.
So is it a 9 hole too?
Yep, 9 hole as well.
Okay. Which one
With
did you
the temp basket as
what did you
well.
start on this one?
For this one, I started on hole 4.
Okay. And then you I think you mentioned you were on the lead card. So how was that?
I was.
How was that
I
being on
was
your lead card? Did that add pressure? Did that like
a little bit knowing
gave you
I was a couple strokes behind. I felt like I needed to get these strokes back.
okay.
But I felt pretty free though at the same time because I was just like watching some of them pop off pretty quick. I'm like, oh man, I gotta really catch up. But I was like I said, there were shots that I was just put the way my putting was going and stuff like that. It's like it's gonna be tough catching up to these guys just because I'm just short arming everything and
Hmm.
everything just felt really off.
Yeah, because I know when I find out about the second round that I'm not starting like on the same hole. I know if I'm doing good or bad is the second round, I do not start on the same hole. And the the first people or like first couple of people when they throw, it's completely better than my original card mates. I'm like, okay, I think I'm on a on a top card, and then that's when I find out that I'm on a lead card, and the brain tells me otherwise. Okay, so which hole did you start? I'm sorry, I don't know if you said that or not.
Hole 4.
Okay, hole four. So 271. Both times you got a par, so it
Hmm.
seems like pretty self.
Yeah,
Was
I
there
did
like a
a
birdie moment and
yeah,
you messed up?
whole the first time was a birdie moment. No, 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 no. I overthrew. Nope, no birdie moment.
Okay,
The first time I overthrew it, I took a grace and sidearm and way cooked it. I wasn't expecting it to go that far
got it.
because I did a flip up and just kind of try to get it right to it, but I um put too much juice on it.
Yeah, there's sometimes that happens, man. Like
Hmm.
especially there's times where I'm like, okay, I'm gonna add a little bit more because I just want to make sure it gets the distance, and then you end up like hitting that pocket, and then it just
Hmm.
gets juiced, and you're just like, what the hell? Like, where
Hmm.
were you? Like when I needed you at the
Yep.
par four. I get it. Okay, so the next hole five, you got it's a par four, and you got a par and a birdie. So,
Yes. So the first time I ended up missing a putt for the birdie. I didn't realize this was a par 4 until I putted in the first one for the par.
mhm.
I'm like, oh, that's a par 4. Like, yeah, it's a par 4. Oh, sweet. That's kind of works out. But if you don't hit any of the initial trees, you're gonna get you could should be able to get a birdie.
Mhm.
And it's uphill, like so like you tee off and it goes uphill
Yeah,
on an incline. So that's why it feels longer than it is.
and then six, seven, and eight, you got pars for all of them, and
Mhm.
then
Both times around.
yeah, and then hole nine. Interesting. You got so it was a par four. You got a bogey the first time, and then you got a birdie the second time.
Hole 9. Sorry, I'm trying to. Oh, yes, yes. So hole 9 has two routes. There's a massive um forehand you can do, but there's like a shelter that's possible to be, or you can go right for a hyzer line. Um, the first time I did a hyzer, tried for the hyzer line and hit the first available tree.
Yep.
And then it was just throwing up, throw it a little shorter than I liked, throw it up, get closer, go for a bigger putt. missed a putt, bogey. Second time, I actually took my Hades and actually did a turnover because there's just a smaller gap. So there's like a big gap going left for a huge forehand or huge turnover, or there's like on that same left side, there's like a thinner gap. So I threw my Hades flip up through that gap and just had it slow turn into this perfect spot. And then a beautiful upshot right into the basket, just tapped it in.
Nice.
Yep.
Hole one,
So
you
that's that first hole adjustment to the second to the birdie. That's that change right there. Like, okay, I think I like this line a
yeah.
little bit
No, that
better.
makes sense. And it's nice you actually got to see that. A lot of people that was a massive adjustment as opposed to like, oh, let me just try
Hmm.
same line, but just whatever. But okay, so hole one, of course, you bogeyed one and you parred one. Um, I'm assuming just out of bounds because of the distance,
Um,
or
so this the one. Trying to think of what hole one is now. Yep, yep. I think that was no, I think that's the one where I did a different line. I was trying to go for a shoot. Now I'm confused on what hole is what hole. Because I said this is my first time playing the Amboy course,
oh yeah,
so now I'm kind of at a confusion. But I do know there's a hole that I actually threw OB,
mm,
and there's another hole I threw it up and had a bad thing and went for my putt, and I, I don't blame him for my miss. But he somebody said something, and then as I was gonna go putt, he yelled the one guy, Chris, he yelled down towards him, back at him, right as I was going to putt. So I smoked the, you know what I mean? It was one of those like it threw me way off. Like I said, I was he's like, oh dude, like he felt terrible about it. And I'm like, dude, don't worry about it. It's fine. I'm not in, at this point, I wasn't gonna win.
yeah,
I'm
you're
not,
good.
you know what I mean? I'm pretty much where I'm at. Seriously, it's okay. I'm not, you know, it doesn't bother me like that.
No,
Um, sorry. So hole one, I can't see what that is. I'd see if I could see the picture of hole one really quick, just out of curiosity. Um, yep, that's the one. So hole one's the one where he said something. And that's when I messed that up.
little water break here, and then let's see here. Of course, your 10th ones, you got birdie both times, so that's pretty cool.
Yes, so temp one was a fun hole. I just threw my buzz straight at it. Um, Simple enough.
So
Like
you're
I threw
you
my
said a lot of disc crafts. Are you kind of bringing your bag back into disc craft, or I know you've said you've always enjoyed throwing them, but because I mean, let me rephrase that. There was a small chance there that you never really threw disc craft, and then all of a sudden now it seems like you're throwing a lot of disc craft all of a sudden. You talked about the Hades, you talked about the Buzz, you have your zones. I mean, like,
two graces,
I know you said the
a
greats. Obviously, that's not.
two graces, a strive, which is latitude.
Yeah,
So I have three latitude discs, two are the same disc. So technically two molds.
yeah.
An envy, the rebirth.
Okay, so MVP.
I think everything else is discraft except for my distant drivers, which are destroyers. Yeah, everything else is discraft.
Yeah. Okay.
So my
Here,
bag is
like
basically disc crafts.
70%. Yeah,
Yep,
70.
yep. So I have three destroyers in my bag. I have
You really
a
have the
one
arm speed
six.
for that out of curiosity?
The gray one I flip up.
Oh, okay,
I
cool. No,
doesn't
I'm
completely
not
turn, but it
I
flips
don't
up.
I'm not
Um,
discrediting you. I just
so I didn't throw them really at all, other than a sidearm. I threw it on one hole. I
mm,
think it was on I forgot which hole it was. I used it once because it was cold. I wasn't gonna throw them anyways because my arm wasn't gonna be able to do what I needed unless I need a
mm.
weird hyzer. But I have three destroyers in my bag, and then it's like all discraft and and then it's actually, you know what? It's three destroyers. The two Hades are my fastest disc, and then the Strives is actually at 13 speed, but that thing flips up like it's nothing too. It's very easy to throw. The two Graces are 11 speeds. Then from 9 speed all the way down is all discraft.
Okay.
And then I have my Envy.
Are you putting again with your envies or are you
No,
still on
that's
your
just a
pixels?
rebirth. No, actually, I was putting with my Jawbreaker Challenger discraft.
It's so random. Okay. I mean, like I didn't know you switched to your challengers.
I probably should have threw with the pixels, but I don't know. They were feeling weird
So this is
the
why you
last.
do like four in the bags each year.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Hi, this is my spring bag. This is my summer bag. This is my fall bag.
It always changes. Who
Jeez.
knows? It'll change again by the end of this year for
Um,
going into next year.
I'm sure I didn't even
If
do
I get an email from anybody, it's gonna 100%
I,
change.
I didn't even do a 2024 bag because I will next year, the beginning, because obviously, like I said, I have the two tournaments in January and February, so I'll do one in January probably because of all my practicing. But I think I found what I like, and I'm gonna stick with it. So,
Actually, now that I'm thinking of it, if you watch my Instagram/TikTok videos of a whole piece, I think every single one of those holes is a discraft disc.
oh, your holes, like your like whole
Yeah, yeah,
one,
yeah.
like
My
all
the
your
whole
featured
a
ones.
day. Yep, yep. That I'm
Yeah,
posting day by day.
I'm not sure. I haven't really been. I've been focusing more on the video, not just your disc. I probably should. So
Oh no, yeah, yeah. No, it's just one of those random thoughts of like, wait a minute, you know what?
yeah. Oh yeah, but I mean
Yeah,
overall,
but
it looks like you had a good time, especially for it to be cold.
hmm
You don't play well in the cold.
I want to go play Amway again though and get redemption on that course because I know I can play that course a lot better and get shoot pretty. I think I could definitely shoot
How far is it?
way lower. Amway's only 30 minutes.
Oh, it's not too bad.
No, there's another course within 30 minutes. Lamo is 15 minutes for us. So whenever you make your way out here and if it's nice enough and stuff like that,
Yeah,
we'll have to check them out.
definitely. Well, maybe when I come up for Walnut Open, I might come a little bit earlier, and we could
Hmm
do more than just because I think it'll be really cool when I come up for Walnut Open, like the couple days before it. Hopefully, they're not doing like an Iron Man or something for the other tournaments or something. But I think
hmm
it'd be really cool if we did a like an imposter challenge or something
hmm
with like me, you, Maverick, Josh, whoever, just honestly whoever
Just whoever. Yeah.
just
That'd
does
be a lot of fun.
that wants to play. Um, yeah, I mean even like Dad or Larry or anybody who wants to just do it, even Mike, like
Yep.
anybody who wants to just have fun and just we'll create a video. I think it'd be cool. So, yeah. Yeah, I mean that pretty much wraps up that. In general, like after doing that, like definitely how do you feel kind of like overall, like how your gameplay is? I mean, obviously I know it's cold, so your body's not going to react as as normal.
Yeah, I was pretty disappointed overall because I
Okay.
feel like I like just knowing I could have done a lot better,
Yeah.
but I don't know how many videos that you can watch. I've said multiple times in those past videos, even on my YouTube, I struggle playing in the cold. I work outdoors and work in the cold, but I'm do not like the cold. I am not a cold person.
Yeah, no, that completely makes sense. I mean, everyone has their own thing. I mean, like, shoot, even Brody, he's like, I don't play anything under what, like 60 degrees.
Yeah, I forgot what he said because he even talked about that in Texas. Like it's like 30 degrees. It's miserable. I'm not playing in that. Screw that. You don't get good when you play in the cold. Like you're not learning anything.
Well, I mean, like technically, like, yeah, because you're cold, like your muscles are not
Yeah,
warming up.
yeah,
And I get it. It's a whole nother challenge.
it is.
Um,
But when you want to play disc golf and you live in an area like I do, you take whatever opportunity you can get.
it's still not even cold here. I still haven't bring down my hoodies or nothing. It's maybe low 70s.
Nice. So it's 50 degrees here, and that feels like it should be nice. And I'm wearing like a thick hoodie with a
It's
freaking beanie.
winter. It's winter 50s, not
Yeah,
not
and a
spring
freaking
50s.
beanie. It's gray outside
I mean,
and
I'm
gloomy,
I'm
and
wearing a beanie too. It's 70 degrees, but I'm forcing myself. I'm like sweating every single time I'm like doing a video. I'm like, did we get everything we needed? I'm just sweating. But yeah, but no, that's really cool. I'm glad you got to do that. Um, Update on my stuff. I'm debating on wanting to. I would say I want to do my series, but like I want to know when I could create the introduction for that. I'm not sure yet.
Mhm.
I still got to map everything out. Uh, I might have to do some recon look before I even go to some because some of them don't tell me if they're actually on Air Force bases or like military bases, and some
Right.
do, but some has names that are like Air Force based names. So I got to
Okay.
make sure that I'm not going on like military property and getting shot at.
Right.
So I got to figure that out. So with that being said, I have to go through everything and make sure that I'm going through all of them. Uh, I don't think I'm gonna go out to Pensacola. Um, Depending, I'm not sure. I want to because obviously Eric Oakley and like Paige Pierce and all of them are out there. So it'd be kind of cool just to play some disc golf and see if I run into one of them. That'd be really
Right.
cool. But I don't even know where they're at, location wise or whatever. But I do know Eric Oakley has been home because I've been watching his stuff and he's been home. So, but yeah, I'm still coming up with all the my little disc golf tour. At least I know five of them. I might stop at like 8 or 10. I might do 10, honestly, but I think there's enough to do 10. So 10 is going to be the max, I think.
That's not bad though.
Um,
That's a lot. That's a
that's
lot of content.
that's 10 episodes. If not, I might try to do 8 episodes. So just depending, but we'll
That's still a
see.
lot of content though.
But
I
yeah,
really that's something I've been debating on too. But it's just a matter of finding time. Like I said, it's getting busy and stuff. Like I would really like to try to like I mean, I know we have our podcast, so that's technically content I can that I could say I'm part of weekly, but like just making random videos though, like at least for my YouTube channel, personal YouTube channel of doing like a video a week, I've like thought about that for a while, but
well,
it seems like a lot.
what I'm gonna be doing is like probably going to be filming I'm just gonna try to find like 2 or 3 days, but like I'll bring like a shirt or something or whatever. But like I might play two, if not like three rounds in
Right.
like one
Hmm.
day and just batch all the content together. And then so that's how, because my goal is like I could just focus on editing and then I could just drop one every single week, but I'm not having to like edit, go out, do another one, edit, go out, do another one, edit. I could just knock them all out and then just focusing on editing. So that's how I could
Hmm.
literally just have them scheduled. So and just have them premiered. So which is going to be really cool. Um
And that's like the course is right across the street. So it's not like I can't figure out like little video ideas to do here and there.
mm,
You know what I'm saying? Like whether it's ace runs, or it's start doing the like throw all this brand one day, throw this brand in the next day, or it's, try to beat my personal best. Those are always fun. Because I think
mm,
right now my personal best at my home course is -8. So just going out there and doing a monthly match of beat my personal best. You know what I mean?
yeah, I don't remember what it was for white tees, but at least for red tees, I now know that my personal best at James Dragon is 11 under.
Yeah.
But and it could have been it should have been technically more because I was missing putts, but it's okay.
A
Yeah,
3 disc challenge. You know what I mean? Like just
three discs,
anything and
three. Dude, I'm
everything.
telling you, that was the most fun I've had in a long time. Was just back to the basics, 3 disc, 5 speed or less. Like I definitely encourage anybody just grab three of their disc and go out and just play those. And I think that'll be fun. Yeah. Before we kind of end this, I do have one question. I don't think it's gonna lead into much of a conversation. Probably will, depending. But before we end this pod, I do want to ask because it is the end season and you know, pro tournament and also just PDGA pretty much is kind of wrapping up their sanction tournaments and stuff. If you had the opportunity to switch one rule or create a new rule for them to apply for the PDGA tour and also just, sanction tournaments and stuff like that, what would one rule you will change? Um, yeah, what's one rule you will change or create if it's not been created yet, whichever.
A rule to change or a
Mhm.
rule to create.
Yeah, it could be anything. If you want me to go first, I could go first.
If you already have an answer, go ahead.
I do because I've been thinking about this, and
Yep.
it's something simple, something easy. We were kind of talking about this from the last tournament. We didn't get into a debate, but we ended up talking about it for about 7 holes of just like different opportunities and like different things about it. So, honestly, I think one of the rules I would change is actually allow it consider the disc being inside the basket if it lands on top of the basket.
Okay.
So I would say that is considered being in because it's just on top of the basket because I just especially if it's wedged into the basket they consider it end if it's
Mm-hmm.
hanging on the like where you have it apparently
Mm-hmm.
balanced that's considered end. So it's like why are you not counting the top of the basket?
Right.
Like it just that never really made sense to me. Um, I just feel like if it's just on the basket in general,
Mm-hmm.
because like even there's moments where it gets wedged into the chains, like that's considered in, but it's technically not in the basket. So it's just,
Right.
but yeah, I think I always thought that was really weird, but I just think we should just allow it if it does land on top, it just call it in.
I don't know if mine would technically be a rule, but I guess sort of. It's more so on the PDGA side and Pro Tour side
Oh, hit
of
me.
more so enforcing your rules.
Oh, is that it? Like enforcing the rules, just
Yeah, like
in
enforce the
general?
rules. Don't make it awkward. Don't make players call out and
Yep.
self-officiate.
Yep.
Get people out on that course
It's gonna start up with that. Like you need
and make sure,
like referees or just like
yeah, like
spectators
make
or whatever.
sure that people are not time limit over.
Mm,
I don't care if it's the last part of the freaking world championships or whatever else. I know it adds drama, but rules are rules.
mm.
You're
And
gonna
that's
call it one
difficult.
time and they're
Yeah.
not gonna call it later. No, you call it.
That's very difficult because obviously in golf world it's quote unquote the gentleman's game. And so you're supposed to have that gentleman's integrity of, you know, if you did it, like you would own up and, call on yourself. But obviously
Hmm.
we sadly live in a world and society that it's not like that. You know, some people are going to, you know, be able to try to cheat their way. So yeah, no, I get that. I think there's a few things. I think they need a spectator or a ref that follows the thing and actually enforce rules. And I feel like the actual player should not have to worry about keep booking on scores. I think it should be somebody like have a caddy or have like an enforcer, like that same person actually take score for the people. So that's how it will reduce like potential like pencil whacking. Obviously, if you're doing it on PGA Live, obviously you have to make sure like, okay, I got a four, I got
Hmm.
a three, I got a three. Oh, somebody has a different code, does
Yep.
that, whatever. Like, I get that, that's fine. But I just think in general, uh, there should be people with the players or um like a enforcer or somebody just doing it. So that's how there's no weirdness to it. So that makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's
no,
my
I was
main
just
thing.
kind of curious on that. I definitely agree with that. Um, I think also though they should have that in like just regular tournaments too, and not just pro. They can have volunteers or just people.
Yeah. It'll be harder for that, but yeah, I
Yeah,
just
it will be.
like the professional side though. That's the one thing that just bugs me when I'm watching. It's like clearly that dude's taking way longer than what it's supposed to be.
But also, we're still dealing with people not getting actual caddies or like
Hmm.
actually using a caddy. Like they're still
Yep.
taking their own bags, and that's the one thing that I'm just like, what are we doing? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, at least have somebody that that just carries the bag. But like,
I mean, it's growing pains. Just like I don't. Hey, did you listen to the Pro Tour, the Tour Life from this
what,
week?
which is Brody alone?
No, it's Brody and Yuli.
Okay, I'm on the last week's then.
Okay, so they talked about an event that just happened in Canada, a world like a legit world championship. Um, Thomas Gilbert posted a video clip of the worst spit out ever question mark. This was to go to the semifinals or the finals, and was it Canada, Team Canada, putted it in, and he thought it was dead end, but he threw it high, and it chained out.
Okay,
He was high in the basket though. They'll go over terms and stuff. Like he's like, oh, let's come up. So they came up with three terms for like spit out because he's like, I hate the term spit out because not everything are spit outs. Some of it is our fault for doing it. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Um, but they had a world championship event up there, and Brody's like, I've never heard of this. Where is this? Why is not this not a thing? Like, this is what this should be. This is insane. It's like the Olympics. This is awesome because it is. There's teams. U.S. finished
This is for disc
sixth.
golf,
Yeah, disc golf. It
and
happens up in
we're
Canada.
not
The
broadcasting
event
it.
used to be massive, but I guess it's not anymore. Like, did you like Brody said, "This is what it needs to. We need this. This would be huge. Like it sounds awesome, and it does
Why are
sound
they not
awesome.
broadcasting yet?
I don't know. It's not part of like the tour or anything like that." And he said, apparently, like, he's like, I'm sure some of the guys do get invites for it, but they just like, no, I don't want to do that. But they should do it. Like, I think it would be amazing.
I've never even known that. I wish it was broadcast. I would watch it.
And I can't remember what the event is called for sure. Um, the WFDF World Team Disc Golf Championships is what it is, I think.
Hmm.
It's freaking amazing.
Never knew it existed.
I think it was the World Team DOS. Yeah, look at this. So nations competing: Australia, Austria, Canada, um, People's Republic of China, Croatia, Czech Republic, Estonia, Finland, France, Germany, Great Britain, Hong Kong, China, Italy, Japan, um, yeah, Lithuania, Netherlands, New Zealand, Norway, Singapore, Slovakia, Thailand, and USA. Like, what is this? Why is this not a
I,
bigger thing? Why are we
why?
not sending Gannon
Oh,
or
that's infuriating. Not even that, but why are we not? Why is the Disc Golf Nation not broadcasting that?
Estonia one, by the way?
I mean, obviously,
They had Estonia had a really good
is it
team
like
too.
mix? Is it like males and females?
Yes, yes, it is. So
Is
let me
that is
see.
that how Tatar got her 1001 rating?
No, that actually was a mess up.
Okay.
Did you hear about that? Is that why you're
No,
bringing it up?
no.
So they counted throws pink. They are throws pink,
Yeah,
is
Pink's
it?
one or like throws
Or
pink, what it was called.
well, whatever event they play that's
Women's,
not
yeah.
sanctioned.
Oh yeah, the yeah, that's the A tier, but it should be a
Yeah,
nation by
it's
heart.
not, and it's not even sanctioned. Even though they allow it under PDGA, they put it on PDGA. It's not sanctioned, so it
Oh, I
wasn't
didn't
supposed
know
to count.
that.
Yeah, so it's not supposed to count towards the rating. So they messed that up.
That's
So
funny.
they got her back down to the 1,000 rating.
Yeah, it
But
was
yeah,
like
this is the World Fine Disc Federation is what this like. This is amazing. Like this is what it should be. And I'm trying to figure out how to find because I think there's Estonia had some bigger heavy hitters. Um yeah, Estonia regained gold at the WFDF 2024 Road Team Disc Golf Championship. Like, why are we not sending Gannon Burr, Ricky Wysocki, Paul Macbeth,
that's wild.
Isaac? Like, we got to send these guys. Let's make this a real thing.
They would win immediately.
Oh, this is amazing. Like, this really should be
But I
something.
would love to just see the other countries because I don't think I've ever seen the other countries actually play disc golf.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, just I think this would just be an awesome event. And you don't have to send Gannon Burr. You don't have, but just anybody with names. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah. I mean, at least, you could
Like
even
even
do.
even Brody said, I know I shouldn't probably go, but I'll go. Let me do this. I'll compete. Let me be a part of this. This is awesome. And Julie's like, oh, I'm down too. Let's go do it.
I'd I am shocked. We are not getting broadcast. I've never knew that existed.
Yeah, it's crazy. And they
I
do a
don't I
bunch of
mean,
different things. So I think there's like the actual disc golf, and then they do like freestyle, accuracy, like they do it all. Like such an awesome event, like sounding event.
I
Like
mean,
this is what we should be doing. Like, why are we not noting this? Why are we not making this a part of the actual pros?
yeah. I mean, for me to finishing my official third year in the, I'll consider like 3.5 years because I mean, technically, because I figured, I mean, you guys showed me at the ending of 2020, and then 2021, I went like super hard with it.
Hmm.
So, but yeah, yeah, I had no idea.
Yeah, I had no idea this was a thing until they brought it up. And I mean, it's partnered with Discraft. Like, come on, Discraft is already partnered and named in here. What are we doing?
And Paul Macbeth wasn't there.
Nope. Uh,
Cool.
I'll set when we get to it. I'll send you like when we get off here. I'll send you the actual like website of it, and you
That's
can
wild.
kind of creep through. Yeah, no, it looks awesome. I'm trying to find the news because I think Tati, is that her name from Estonia? She was part of the team.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
That's wild. I'm mad now. I'm mad that we don't have that. I would watch that. Like, come on. Like, we don't need the Olympics. This is our Olympics.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't we put more money into it and like make it a big thing and throw production in it? Like that's how the growth is. The growth is right there. Like I don't understand why they don't. I
Yep.
don't get
So
it.
there were a total of 23 countries competing in the event, consisting of teams of 6 to 12 mixed gender and aged players. Match play is a unique and exciting format in disc golf that emphasizes head-to-head competition with both doubles and singles heading out to holes for points. The format enables teams to win points on each hole rather than counting the total number of throws to total
Yeah,
match. Teams must carefully choose their players
that's how a
each
lot
match.
of
Blah
a
blah blah blah.
college. That's how a
Mm-hmm.
lot of college play is actually for disc golf.
Because it's teams,
It's
yeah.
a team of four, and you go by point base as opposed to strokes. Dang, dude, I don't know. We need to put money into that now. I mean, that's crazy. That is crazy.
Yeah, this should be like an actual thing. This it's amazing.
So that's a good way to end this.
Yeah. Yep, yep.
But yeah, definitely go check it out. I don't even know where we could even watch it if it even is broadcast or
There
being
is, I
recorded.
believe there is, which I haven't checked it out yet, and I think I'm gonna go ahead and watch that just because I'm really, really curious on it.
I'm curious too. Because I'm even curious to see who the American, like USA team was.
Right.
So, but all right. But yeah, let's wrap up this episode. I just want to say thank you guys so much for the amazing support. Yeah, definitely go play some disc golf and have some fun. It is getting a little bit colder. So definitely make sure you are warmed for that. If you haven't done so already, definitely go check out gravitydiscgolf.com. Definitely use one of our codes to get 10% off your next order. And we will see you guys next week. See you later.